Tonight, you don't just watch the news, you become a part of the stories everybody's talking about tonight. First of all, that breaking news coverage out of Las Cruces. Police and a SWAT team storming a radio station where reports of a man armed with a weapon originated. Tonight, there is no more search. We'll tell you what's going on. Also, visitation for one of El Paso's finest. Coming to a close tonight, the death of Officer Adrian Arellano, drawing loved ones, strangers, and even national recognition. You are using social media tonight to connect with this family and pay tribute, like Matt, saying, "Thank you for your service, Officer Arellano. You will not be forgotten." Also, another story developing tonight has Nancy saying, "I'm excited about this." And then Gabriel writing, "God help us." The first contender already stepping foot into the presidential ring. I'm sure you will have a lot to say about it. If you haven't heard, that's the man we're talking about. And also, March Madness is in full swing. Two El Paso ladies still in the hunt for a national title. One of them stealing the spotlight. Kira Clark, an Andrews High School graduate. We're about to see you on the CW. Nichole, another Andrews graduate.
Yes, it's going to be a nice day tomorrow, but we're expecting a cool down and stronger winds. We'll talk about those details in Storm Track weather.
Thanks, Nichole. It's all next on ABC 7 at 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley at Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Bob Harp, and of course, we have you, Nichole.
That's right. I'm Nichole Gomez, tracking the March wind coming our way. But first, Bob, we have that breaking news out of Las Cruces to talk about.
Yeah, we do. This information, Nichole, just coming in a few minutes ago. Some of us scratching our heads as we connect you to the network tonight. Let's get to the story, the top story behind the buzz. This is out of Las Cruces, creating quite a scare tonight. Thankfully, we do have some better news to report from our New Mexico mobile newsroom. Okay, we're talking about that SWAT standoff. This happened at Bravo Mike Communications. Turned out to be a false alarm, apparently. Our New Mexico mobile newsroom crew bringing you updates every half hour since the news broke just before 6:30 this evening. The building is home to several radio stations and a marketing company. Police evacuated all of the employees inside after they received a threat at about 5 o'clock. Now, the caller said he was armed and was going to take hostages inside the building. After searching for hours, police could not find the gunman. Employees are now being allowed back inside.
So we come out, hands up, and I'm telling you, I'm terrified, you know, but we got out. We didn't know what was going on, so they didn't tell us what was happening until after we got really way far away from the building, and they said that they just got a call about some hostages or something, and they said it was from in the building. So that's pretty shocking. That's pretty terrifying as well.
Could you imagine that? Again, though, police could not find the caller who made the threat inside the building. Everything we're told is back to normal tonight, and all employees have also been allowed back inside the building. We'll keep you updated if the police department there in Las Cruces gives us any new information. Well, speaking of police, visitation for a fallen El Paso officer just wrapping up over at Mount Carmel Funeral Home. That's on the east side of El Paso. Now, funeral services for Officer Adrian Arellano, they begin tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at St. Raphael Catholic Church. Well, Joselle leaving this message on our Facebook page tonight saying, "God bless you and thank you for your service, Officer Arellano. May you rest in peace. Prayers for your loved ones." And as we told you at the top of the hour, Matt saying, "Thank you for your services, Officer Arellano. You will not be forgotten." And Jenny expressing what so many of you are tonight. "Rest in peace, Officer Arellano." And this tonight from Elisa. "I met him at El Paso Community College years ago. We were in the same group for a class project. My heart goes out to his family. I'm glad to have gotten to know him for that short little while during that summer." The 10-year veteran of the force was killed while escorting a funeral procession on a motorcycle last Wednesday afternoon. El Paso police are saying the woman accused of driving into Arellano's path, Maria Soto, ignored direction from a second officer who was also guiding that procession at Edgemere and Yarborough. Whether charges are filed won't be known until the police department's investigation and the DA's review of that investigation are completed. The flag that flew over the World Trade Center during the September 11th attacks was presented in his honor yesterday at Chuck Heinrich Park in Northeast El Paso.
I knew him before he got to law enforcement. But even before then, he was with his friends, with close friends like myself, and I could name a few other friends of ours that were really close. We were a close-knit group. We were all very protective of each other, so that was kind of like just instinct for him, I guess.
Well, a close friend of Officer Arellano speaking with us at tonight's visitation. The crash itself, though, has Alicia hoping we all pay attention when we're on the road. In our Facebook discussions, we have several of them. She is saying, hopefully we can learn from this tragedy and realize there's lots we need to change on the streets in the borderland. The laws and the rules are there to save lives. To those who knew Officer Arellano and to those who did not, thank you for your comments. Again, funeral services begin tomorrow at 1 p.m. at St. Raphael Catholic Church. Our coverage starts on ABC-7 at noon. And of course, we will recap the day's events at KVIA.com and in our later newscast. By the way, the procession begins tomorrow at 12:10 in the afternoon. Now, it will start at Mount Carmel Funeral Home, that's out on Zaragoza, and it will travel north to Saul Kleinfeld, then west on Pebble Hills to Yarborough. Then the procession will go south on Yarborough to Album before traveling west on Album to Zanzibar, and then south on Zanzibar all the way to the church. We have details on that entire route at KVIA.com in just a bit. We also want to let you know there are a lot of schools on the path, and it seems that the El Paso Police Department is purposely taking this route to educate a lot of folks on being aware of a funeral procession. And we are also told that some of the schools in that path of the procession, students will not be allowed to be picked up at that certain time. So parents, if you were looking to go visit your child at school or pick them up between 12 and likely 1:30, you will not be able to do so, but the school will keep them in and keep tabs on them. Well, the memory of an El Paso County constable killed while working security at a haunted house, it lives on for generations of children who never even met Robert White. Putnam Elementary School just planted a tree in his honor. It happened this morning, and ABC-7 was there. White, if you didn't know, was also a longtime PE teacher, and of course, he taught at Putnam. 19-year-old Devon Huerta, by the way, is now facing a capital murder charge. He is accused of punching Constable White in the face Halloween night, and that haunted house is out in Canotillo. White fell to the ground, hit his head, and later died. We also have new developments on El Paso's Manhattan Heights rapist. Arturo Valtierra Payan's fate is now in the hands of an El Paso judge. He pleaded guilty last week to 5 more charges. That's 3 counts of sexual assault, 1 count of aggravated robbery, and burglary. ABC-7 has been in the courtroom following the latest Valtierra trial closely. We learned a judge will know by tomorrow afternoon, we're told 1:30, if he will be given a life sentence for each of the 5 new convictions. Remember, he's already serving 4 life sentences for similar convictions concurrently in the central El Paso neighborhood where the attacks happened. Well, construction on the Mexican side of the Isleta Port of Entry means more commercial traffic will have to squeeze into an already congested Bridge of the Americas. For 8 months, trucks going into the U.S. can no longer use the Isleta Bridge after 4 in the afternoon. Some business owners are a little worried, though, that it could slow down international trade a bit, affecting business in the end. Hey, let's take a live look at traffic right now. This is I-10 and Zaragoza. Now Lee Trevino. Looks pretty good out there. The camera's a little shaky. Is the wind a problem, or is it just a weak cable on that camera, Nichole? I didn't feel the wind on the west side.
No, I think it's just a weak cable.
Okay, good to know.
But the winds are coming. Sorry.
Okay, hey, it is March, right?
Know that. It is March, and I mean, it's springtime, so why not? Let's talk about those temperatures today. It was a nice spring-like day officially at the El Paso International Airport. Again, plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures pretty much across the entire area. 82 at the airport here in El Paso, 79, Las Cruces, 75 Guadalupe Pass. And currently, take a look at those temperatures across the board there. Loma Terrace Elementary School, we're still in the 70s. 72 North Star Elementary, and 67 Dr. Hornado Middle School. Winds are light except Guadalupe Pass. We have winds at 23 miles per hour. So the clouds will move in tonight, but tomorrow we're expecting mostly sunny skies. We'll talk about the winds, how long they'll stick around, and a cool down. That's all coming up in your full forecast, Bob.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Nichole. And of course, everybody at home, if you're watching and you haven't connected with us, but you'd like to join the discussions happening now, this is all you have to do. Look for the name CU on the CW, because we want to see you and hear from you. You can look for that name on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But of course, the big mama, if you will, of the Facebook pages here at ABC7, KVIA.com on Facebook. That is where the majority of the discussions are underway right now. And for breaking news updates, you can, of course, follow us on Twitter at ABC7 Breaking. Now, let's talk Texas politics, Nichole, as usual, creating quite the buzz on social media.
And if you haven't heard, Cruz is the first one jumping into presidency race for 2016.
Yep, Ted Cruz says he's cruising forward. And the Republican senator from Texas saying today, quote, "I'm running for president, and I hope to earn your support." He made that announcement on Twitter this morning. Looks like everybody's hitting social media, so we're on the right track here, Nichole. Now, many of you had something to say about it, like Joe supporting Cruz, saying no one better than him.
And Rita against him, commenting, "Can anyone name something this guy has done for Texas? Has he created any piece of legislation in the Senate since he's been in office? He's been all about obstruction."
And Gabriel writing, "God help us."
And Jason, unfavorable of Cruz, "Yeah, right. What a waste of money."
Nancy saying, "I'm excited about this." And then Victor, though, sharing this, "Go Hillary Clinton."
And Glenn, "Go Cruz, go."
Rogelio finishing us out right now with what a joke. Or what is he going to talk about with Obama? With Obama out, all he knows is to Obama bash. He has nothing to stand on. And again, these are your comments, not ours. So I want to let you know we are nonpartisan. We're not taking a side on this, but we do want to hear what you have to say no matter what you're talking about on that issue. Let us know. Join the discussions on our Facebook pages. Now, Nichole, here's a good one. People are chiming in about right now. The Des Bryant catch. You remember that one, right? Well, it wasn't reviewed, or it was reviewed, I should say, or just reviewed, because the competition committee actually looked at it and tweaked the rule of what is a catch and what is not a catch. Des Bryant's big not catch, if you will, still is not a catch. The rule now states a player must clearly establish himself as a runner, which he did not, according to the refs. So Dez's catch still would not qualify with the changing of the rule's wording.
Now let's get to some of those comments. Anthony telling us, "Who cares? Not changing any results from last year." And then Michael agrees with Anthony. "Who cares? They lost. End of story." Michael, still unhappy, saying, "Of course it's a catch. Come on."
Those are just a snippet of the comments. We just put that on about 8:15 or so, flooding tonight. So
yeah, that's always going to get a reaction out of people.
Of course, cowboy country, right? Hey, some other sports news. I know you're excited. I'm excited. We are all proud of yet another Andrew Siegel.
And not only is Kira Clark shining like a star on the national stage, Bob, she and her mom connecting directly to us through social media.
I have to say, I'm quite honored. Keisha Clark, the mom, great mom. She is keeping us in the know. To the friends and family of Kira, we're about to see her on the CW coming up, plus a few other El Paso women dancing as well. Two of them not, but one other still is. And Nichole, from March Madness to the March wind.
Oh yes, the wind is here to stay, but we're also tracking a cool down. I'll let you know when we can expect those cooler temperatures in your full forecast.
You couldn't let me enjoy the sunshine one day, Nichole?
No, I can't.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news anymore. You are the news. We'll be right back. But first, we do leave you with this segment of puppy pics, only because it's National Puppy Day. We wanted to see you and your pups on the CW. Stay with us throughout this newscast for a sample of the pics you shared with us. Did you make the cut? We wish all of you could, but we got so many, hundreds. We'll be right back.